Now, Latour says that the only way to overcome divides among culture, nature, and the divine is to undo the guarantees of modernity, my friend. Undo them. So just what are these guarantees? And just what are the implications for their undoing? Now, Latour, he was a really good guy. He came from France. So give him a chance, he says, modernity. There never was such thing you cannot pull apart. These very three things: nature, culture, and the divine.
Now there are three guarantees of modernity. The first one is that it is not men who make nature. Nature has always existed and has always already been there. We are only discovering its secrets. The second guarantee is that human beings, and only human beings, are the ones who construct society and freely determine their own destiny. The third guarantee is the absolute separation of nature and society. Modernity's constitution assumes that these three elements are independent of one another, emerging from pre-modern times from a clean slate. It assumes nature, culture, and the divine are pure entities. Modernity claims that, that nature just is, without human impact, and that humans alone construct society and determine their destiny, without influence of their environment. In fact, Latour states that we never really have been modern, that there has been no separation of nature and society, and nothing can truly be pure in such an organic world. And really, how can there be purity in all these elements? It makes me wonder, how then, if we were never modern, how can we be postmodern? Well, I feel the answer is in the retying, or in the untangling of all these elements, in the understanding of how they interconnect and intertwine with one another. I feel the answer is in the questioning and examination of the truth or the grand narratives, and the questioning and exploration of different truths, especially those truths that were put in place to keep the order. From where I stand, the only path to objectivity is to understand and recognize subjectivity. This is the only way to gain a different perspective and to appreciate a different point of view. Now, modernity may not have lived up to its guarantees, but by exploring the so-called separations, we can perhaps find a meeting ground. By understanding how nature, culture, and the divine impact each other, we blend stories to create intertextuality. We collaborate towards a hybridity, and perhaps we can mash up towards a tolerance of different viewpoints. Technology allows a means to build this common ground. Sadly, it is also a means by which ground can be lost. Still, it is okay to question. It is what makes us human. By knowing where each other stands, and by exploring, questioning, and understanding and accepting what each other have to give, what they bring to the plate, what is on their palate, maybe then, perhaps, we can find a balance. Nietzsche would say that without such a balance, we would be nutcrackers of the soul, when really, we should be dancers. All this talk about hybridity's got me thinking. I think I'd rather be a dancing nutcracker.